This video is just a little extension to what you learned about scientific notation. This is not something you have to do for class. This is only if you have extra time or just want to learn a little extra. You can multiply and divide scientific notation numbers really easy, and I just want to show this to you. If we're multiplying these two scientific notation numbers, you have to take a look. You know, this is multiplication right here. And then really we have multiplication in between these parentheses as well. So you actually just have all of these numbers being multiplied. And we have a property in math that says that you can multiply in any order that you want. You're allowed to move the terms and regroup them to do this. It doesn't matter, you'll still get the same answer. The properties that allow you to do that are the commutative and the associative property. The commutative property would allow me to move the terms around, and the associative property allows me to regroup them within multiplication or addition, but only separately. So we're going to focus just on the multiplication for today, and our answer will still be the same. You know, an easy way to do these problems would be to move the terms so that they're next to other numbers like them, and then regroup. So I would want to do 7 2/10 times 2 3/10 and group those two, times, I'm still multiplying, I'm not changing any of the operations, and I would regroup the powers of 10. Because we can multiply these powers of 10 really easy. 10 to the 4th power times 10 to the 5th power is going to be what? Multiplying the same base, you add the exponents, 10 to the 9th power. Now all you have to do is the decimal multiplication. You can use your calculator for that, or you can do it off to the side. Multiply these two numbers for me. You should get 16.56 times 10 to the 9th. Now, if I want my answer in scientific notation, you just have to check at the end to make sure it's done. Is it done? Is it in scientific notation? We need a number between 1 and 10, and this is bigger than 1 and 10. So let's get it to be smaller. We need to move the decimal one place to the left. That's going to add one exponent over here because we moved it 1 over here and we're adding the 1 over there. So we're going to actually get 1.656 times 10 to the 10th. This will work for division too. So, you know, if we're doing a scientific notation numbers and we're dividing them, you could actually kind of treat them separately. Let's divide these two. And let's divide these two and see what we get. Actually, I'm going to do it right below. Negative 4.8 divided by 2.4, those numbers work out pretty well. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. 4.8 divided by 2.4 is just 2. We keep the times 10. What power does my 10 have now? Well, I'm dividing the same base, so I subtract the exponents. 10 to the 6th minus 3 is going to be 10 cubed. Is this answer in scientific notation? Yes, the digit here is between 1 and 10. It is negative, that's okay. It just has to be that the digit, the absolute value of that number, is between 1 and 10. So there we go. So pause if you want, try C and D, see if you've got the whole hang of it, and then you can press play, or you can just follow along with me. Again, this is only an extension. So again, with the commutative and associative property, we can move these terms and regroup them to how we want them. So I'm going to do 3 times 7 first, and then I'm going to do 10 to the 4th times 10 cubed second, because I like it that way. 3 times 7 is 21 times, multiplying the same base, add the exponents, 10 to the 7th. Always check, is your answer in scientific notation? We should be getting a hold of this by now. This is not in scientific notation. I need to make this number smaller by 1, so I'm going to make this exponent larger by 1 to keep it the same value. So 2 1/10 times 10 to the 8th would be your answer here. And then the division problem, again, you can split it apart. You are allowed, it's actually going to work out to be the same thing if you divide these two and if you divide these two. So what's 10.6 divided by 2? Or 10 6/10 divided by 2 is 5 3/10 times 10 to the third divided by 10 to the sixth. Dividing the same base, you subtract the exponents. Check, is your answer in scientific notation? Yes, it is. So this is just a little extension for you. There's a few more problems you can try with this extension if you would like.